Hey, Leatherneck! This came special delivery just before we took off. That's special enough for you?
From the halls of Montezuma.
Coming up on Crossfire Collectibles, the G.I. Joe Classified Series number 148, Leatherneck. Stick around. What's up and welcome to Crossfire Collectibles. Today's video, we're going to be unboxing and reviewing the G.I. Joe Classified Series number 148, Leatherneck. So our second figure in the most recent wave, and here we have Leatherneck himself. As you can see, he's got the newer style packaging with the blue and black carbon fiber. You see G.I. Joe Leatherneck up top. There's the figure, his accessories around him. Off to the side here, there's a shot of the QR code. Some stats. Around to the back, you have the stats again. There's Leatherneck, which looks like dial tone back there. I'm not sure what this is. Kind of almost looks like a crashed UFO of some sort, but pretty neat. Here you have a shot of his ranking right there on his collar. And here you have this patch on his shoulder. It's a type of Marine Raider, maybe Doom. I'm not sure, not a Marine. So maybe you can answer that in the comments if you know. Thank you. Off to the side, you have this pretty wild looking artist render. So you can see Leatherneck kind of holding his sidearm out with the knife underneath of it. Really cool pose, looks great. 148 down at the bottom. At the top, 148 and the stripes and star. On the bottom, there's the UPC. So without further ado, let's go ahead and pop him open. But first, please subscribe to the channel. All right, so on to number 2 of this kind of excited wave. We got a couple more to do, but we got to knock the first 2 out first. If you saw the Saw Viper, he is currently live, and I'll leave a pinned link in the description if you'd like to check it out. So first, we have Crap. And pull out the figure. Pop that stuff back up. Stand the box up off to the side. And here's Leatherneck in the plastic dungeon. So, closer shot of the figure right there. Looks pretty good. The accessories, he's got a knife, backpack, pistol, assault rifle, glasses, and an extra pair of hands. So let's go ahead and pop all these out and we'll go over them one by one. Alright, so we have our accessories and we have our Leatherneck figure. So we'll go ahead and stand him to the back. And first, we'll go over his knife. And here it is. You have that nice silver metallic blade, black handle. Very cool. Almost looks like a diver's knife kind of mixed with a survival knife. Has a bit more of a Bowie style end to it. You see how the blade kind of widens up and then thins. You got the serration up on the top. Looks nice. Next up we have his pistol. Small semi-automatic, probably 9mm. Looks pretty good. There's a bit of an extended magazine, not too far. You have that sight. Hole at the end of the barrel for a blast effect. All black. Next we have the secondary set of hands. And you have some clenched fist hands. These are all bare, no gloves. You can see quite a bit of detail with the veins and the knuckles all the way going up through some of the muscles and bone structure in his hands. So very nice. Each of these have this hinged peg, so it'll allow those hands to angle inward and outward. Next, we have his backpack. So here it is. Simple ruck, dark brown. You have the green bedroll strapped to the top. Quite a few pouches, a added in canteen. There's the peg to plug into the figure's back. Looks pretty good. It's got a nice feeling. Pretty sturdy. Next up, we have his assault rifle. So very nice. Slight modifications to it. You can see on the back here on the extendable stock, which of course does not extend, you have an additional pouch, probably to hold an extra magazine. You have the grenade launcher down here on the bottom. So you have holes down here and at the end of the barrel to put some blast effects in, which looks pretty good. All black. You have a removable magazine. Very cool. This looks nice, I like it. Alright, next up you have his glasses. It's probably more on the side of some shooting glasses. You know, they're not fully tinted on the lenses, but I would say they're probably more something to kind of stop any maybe gunpowder or anything from going in his eyes, so I'm going to call them shooting glasses. You have the green frame and the semi-tinted lens, which looks pretty good. And then finally you have this little half loop here, which according to the back is a bracelet. So we can go ahead and slip that over his wrist like that, and very cool. Or you could go ahead and use it as a fake earring, but it fits on his wrist right here. So let's go ahead and check the figure out. So he looks good. He's got the kind of OD green and brown camos. There's the patch on his left shoulder. Over here you have some rank, as well as the pins up on his collars. He's got that more beige tan vest with the different dark green in there. There's some black for the grenades. Look around the back of them. Coming down to his belt, all black. It's got the drop legs with the thigh straps. See the left side here, he's got a walkie-talkie, which is not removable. He's got a holster over on the right side. There's also a spot here with an extra magazine in it that is also not removable. Back up to the vest, you have that sheath right here for his knife. He's got the different color green in the knee pads. Black boots. Up to the head. Get a close-up of the portrait. We'll go ahead and pop his hat off to give you a shot of his hair. Very nice. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take his hat back off, and we're going to go over his articulation. So the head is on a ball joint. It can move forward that far and up about that far. There is a hinge in the neck, it seems, so that's different, and the bottom of the neck, which is a little different. Head can move side to side a little bit, and it can rotate a full 360. Looks like the neck has a bit of range of motion in it too, and that also allows a bit of swivel. So very cool. Over to the arms, up at the shoulders, you have butterfly joints. The hinge can allow the arms to extend out that far. They can rotate a full 360. Bicep rotation. Double jointed, pinless elbows. Bracelet popped off. Down at the hands, also hinged pegs. They can rotate a full 360, and the right will angle down and up. So unlike the clenched fist hands, these are gripped trigger fingers, which also look good and are ungloved. Over on the left side, this hand also moves outward and inward, and he's got a watch that also reads some time. All right, coming down to the torso. With the vest on, he has about that much ab crunch forward and that much back. You have waist swivel. Belt is not attached, so it can be moved around a bit. Down at the legs, up at the hip, you have your drop leg. Leg can go forward that far, back that far, and out to the side that far. Thigh rotation. Double jointed pinless knees. And then down at the foot, right above at the ankle, he's got the hinge to allow the foot to go that far forward, that far up, side to side pivot, and there's also that peg to allow some ankle swivel. Down at the bottom of the feet, 2 holes to plug them into the pegs of a stand if you wish. And there's your articulation for Leatherneck. So now we're going to go ahead and gear him up I want to check them out with these glasses on first. So we'll go ahead and pop them on and see how they look. And they actually fit really well, which I'm surprised. We'll throw the hat back on. And that's a pretty decent look. I think I'm gonna leave the glasses on. We'll bring out his knife and go ahead and slide that up into the sheath right there. We will get his sidearm and throw that into the holster right here. Fits like a glove. You can see where that trigger guard comes right into the back of the holster right here, and then the sight kind of stops at the top right there. Very nice. I don't think we need to worry about the fist hands, so we're actually going to leave them off and not worry about attaching them. But I will go ahead and plug one in for the purpose of the video. So we'll pop out the right and then throw that fist hand in just in case. There we go. Get them kind of, let me tell you something. But they look good. Go ahead and get that back off, and we'll put his grip hand back in. We're going to put his bracelet back on, but I got a feeling it's going to pop off again. So I want to see what I can do with the figure first. I kind of want to do probably an imitation of the artist render on the side of the box, but I want to check him out with his rifle first. So we'll go ahead and pop that into his hand right here. So depending how we wanted to pose him, you know, we can have him like holding this up off to the side, maybe, you know, maybe holding on to the top of it if you wanted, you know, something like that. That doesn't look bad at all. But let me see what I can do about the pose I kind of want to put him in. So if we look at the side of the box again, you know, he's holding the knife out in his left hand and the pistol on the top with a finger out. I think we can do that. So let's hold off on that bracelet again real quick. We'll bring in the pistol, slide that in, and we don't really want that trigger finger to go through there, but I think we kind of have to. It's just the mold of the figure. So angle his arm just a bit like this, and then we'll get that knife back out, and we'll go ahead and pop that in his hand right here. Bring that over, kind of angle it down. So there we go. We're gonna do something like that, kind of close to that artist render, so I'm not totally hating on it, but it looks pretty good. We can bring his backpack in, go ahead and line up that pig with the hole in the vest and into the back, and we'll pop that on. Now checking out the figure stability and see how he's going to stand. Do we need a stand? Probably not, so I'm not going to worry about it. But we will get the rifle off to the side for now, along with his hands. Put this back, and then we're going to go ahead and bring in some comparisons. First up, here's the classified Leatherneck with the 50th anniversary Leatherneck. Now we'll show him off with his fellow Marine, and this is the classified Retro Collection Gung Ho. So as you can see, Gung Ho has quite a size advantage over Leatherneck, which I'm not really liking. In the cartoon and comics, Leatherneck had a bit of size to him, and this might be just a bit too small, but we're yet to judge, and we're going to check out some others first. Here's Leatherneck with one of his Season 2 companions, and his is Low Light, and with the classified Retro Collection Beachhead. So with Beachhead out here, you can see Leatherneck is a bit shorter. So I don't know how I agree on the size of the Leatherneck figure, but he does look good overall, and I'm pretty happy with it. I think a swap of the legs might help that size difference a bit, but for now, it's what we got. So now we're going to go ahead and toss Leatherneck up onto the turntable, and we will give you some final thoughts.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
Be sure to check out our previous videos. A link will always be pinned in the comments.
Now back to G.I. Joe.
All right, so here you have it, the G.I. Joe Classified Series, number 148, the Marine Gunnery Drill Sergeant Leatherneck. Very cool figure. I think the figure looks absolutely amazing. He looks really, really good. My only complaint with him is probably his size. I do think they should have upped him a bit. He's a bit on the short side, but overall, he looks great. The accessories look good. You got the pistol, the knife, and the rifle. The addition of those glasses, which I'm going with shooting glasses, I think they're a great touch. They fit with the figure. I do like that artist render on the side of the box. I had to put the figure in that pose, and he just looks good. A little bit of issues with that bracelet. It doesn't like to stay on. It's kind of bent in a way, so any slight movements, you know, it just spins around and it pops right off. But I think that's something we can take care of, and I'm not really stressing over. But again, that's a nice addition to the collection, and he just looks great. I can't wait to get into the rest of them and, you know, round out this whole wave. But this Leatherneck figure is a definite must, especially if you're a G.I. Joe collector. They kind of stuck to the traditional colors, as well as that light tan beige, you know, look in the vest, which is good. And of course the BBU camos. He looks good. I'm happy with him. But that's going to do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. If you did, please, like always, leave that giant thumbs up. Subscribe, tickle that bell so you're notified when we post future videos. Be sure to follow us on social media, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.